Have been in the 1v1 scene for a long time, and while some other teams, or some other players I say, put up decent fights against them, they make their way to a semifinal to try and take the cash, trying to go for a long distance double. But it doesn't mean that Europe, isn't capable in 1v1, and if we had included a couple more European players, maybe they would have even been able to take down Nas and Drowley, despite how impressive they have been. Toxiic is rated 22 in the world according to RL Duels, and Joreuz is rated 21. I wonder if they're actually entering the games. That was the one match that he did play, and actually Drowley and Nas both, and he lost Nas in 5 and Drowley in 3. Our best of ones that happened in the Gamers Without Borders qualifiers, and that is where we're going to see a ton of 1v1 from these guys soon. Will be Gamers Without Borders of wins. Joreuz right now being kept at bay with 1:30 left to go, and he is trying to dive to make Toxiic faking this air dribble as Joreuz pre-jumps, but it's all just formalities as they feel each other out. Joreuz held, I was gonna say held, needs to find a way to get some consistent offense. We'll see if that'll work out. He went into a very classic 1v1 Fennec, and he's going to be able to just ground pinch this in as Toxiic preparing for the worst by heading to the ceiling. And Joreuz did not give him the worst. He just... Joreuz, I'm so surprised he stuck with his ball, especially after that first flick. Didn't seem like a position that was going to be favorable for him. He swung so needed to find an insane amount of power from a standstill, which is hard to do. Joreuz reset over the top of Toxiic, has the ball on target, and it needs to be. He was mostly just trying to get it over the top of the ceiling challenge from Toxiic. All this flick can do is accelerate it to a spot that Joreuz is going to be prepared for. Toxiic now needs to recover quickly, and he actually did. Joreuz not as smooth a catch as he needed. Now these two fighting over just outside the net. Wow. Trying to set up his carry. Flicking to Joreuz on the shadow. Joreuz getting the save, although he finally didn't get a clean one, I would say. Toxiic actually has a decent chance, but it baited Toxiic into going for a follow-up that he otherwise wouldn't have previously, because Joreuz's saves were so much better, and Toxiic could not get a solid 50. Joreuz scores on the counter. Joreuz shadow. Toxiic did wait longer this time. That's the downside of waiting too long, is if you can't keep the flick powerful and low, it'll just go over the top and could lead to some easy goals for the opposition. Joreuz challenging Toxiic on the match today. This is the semifinals. Winner moves on to the Grands for an opportunity at $500. He's going to take an air dribble, despite basically every other possession he's had all day long being a ground dribble flick, our favorite position. Toxiic this time, double jump, bumping it, slows the ball down. Joreuz gets around it and has the save. Bumped again, though, but no boost from Toxiic to be able to follow it up. Joreuz has the edge in that department. He's not going to be able to score on this counter, but he is going to get Toxiic to fall in the inside of his net and be awkward with low boost to make it possible for a follow-up. Just like this one, Joreuz with a 2-goal lead. Something it feels like we haven't seen in a bit. Stay patient in net. Toxiic, he wants to get some aerial game going of his own, even though he doesn't score. He does fortunately bump Joreuz, which should allow for him to get scored on. Joreuz, oh, that's a big miss. Might be able to follow it up. Nope, it's 2 misses in a row, and Toxiic will get a 3rd goal. And Joreuz looks like he's going to waste time. He wants to bait Toxiic in and then take it over the top of him, but Toxiic just stay patient and shadowed, and Joreuz still took it to him. Ooh, Toxiic, nice speed. Quick timing as well, right as Joreuz reaping in. Toxiic, nice little keep away play. He is within 1 after the Joreuz spurt. Joreuz 20 to a playable position. Just barely short of that top left corner. Has the ceiling reset, so a way to try and extend this play, but it's not going to happen. Toxiic, has he finally done it? He has. cannot get anything. Joreuz has the demo. Toxic should be able to respawn. Joreuz knows he's going to be panicking, and so goes for the low 50 of Joreuz, but didn't get the connection. So it is going to be Joreuz up 2-1. Somebody in chat was saying that Joreuz would be winning 3 straight after his first game loss. Well, of course not. You used to be a Fear fan, but you still are. Well, that's good. That's good to hear. I think that's something that all of chat can relate with. Oh my goodness, Toxic. I feel like Toxic, for the entirety of this match, has been searching for this flick. This is the one that he knew he could do. Saving a bit of boost to try and recover to stop this counterattack, but it's going to be Toxic in control again. Couldn't find the power, but this time playing as much ones. I think that sometimes, I talked about this before, as Toxic scores again, all of a sudden, a discouraging title to play more games. Right? Once you've climbed the mountain, why play anymore? You could just stop playing and you're the best. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I think he's just focusing on 3v3, but he has 3s to focus on right now. Doesn't feel like he could give his absolute best. Oh my goodness, Toxic. What is going on right now? He has just leveled up. He has decided to stop flick game, but also the insane aerial game. He's got another kickoff win. He's going to go Pogo! Toxic! Okay, he's go right now. Because if I do, then I'm truly unstoppable. But he did not. Toxic demoed, and in fact, his heat check will be the end, channel. Toxic cannot protect this dribble. And so Joreuz is going to, as she should be still having the game, assuming it's still being played. Toxic. Okay, all right, wait, it could still work. All he needed to do was get the pop. If he lit, you got to meet Fear in San Diego before he turned all Hollywood. Okay, chat, when did I turn Hollywood? Since you guys... Finally, Toxic forced to shadow. Air dribble bomb. Toxic makes it back down. Toxic, what a save. Got pushed to the back wall. Those early air dribble bumps oftentimes do not connect, but Joreuz stuck with it and is able to flip out, get the first touch reset, and use that to pop. Toxic almost able to extend the lead. Joreuz within 1 now for Toxic. He has possession. He could just take it away. Wait, Joreuz. He knows that it was going to get taken away, so he understandably cut in field, but without any boost. It's not going to matter. It's even in Joreuz's favor here for this game 5, despite Toxic winning game 4. It'll all come down to how he plays this one. Oh my goodness, the flicks are there. These flicks were not there earlier, and they just have arrived. 105 km/h. Jumping before the mid. Toxic. The game you got grandfathered into keeping it KPH, so I don't think I ever switched it. It's just been KPH since I downloaded it. KPH is not default. I don't think it's default if you're... Joreuz turning to challenge Toxic as he tries to collect the ball and get to another. He does not succeed, and this flick isn't it. Joreuz challenges, takes it away, and oh my goodness, Toxic, nice recovery. Does not get the lead, but now we have swapped positions. Toxic going to get pinned back. He actually decides to dive out to the corner to get his 100, which does put him slightly out of position, I would argue, but he gets Joreuz to miss on the first, and he follows up the save on the second for the lead. Pinch across the whole field. Toxic able to save it. Now it's Toxic back the other way. Working around as Joreuz in net there for a second. Taking the risk that Toxic could have put something on target. Was expecting him to go for something like a double, which he did. And made it possible for Joreuz. And he gets nothing out of his possession. It'll be Toxic the other way. Joreuz going to stop his air dribble bump. Those aren't even really close to working, as it seems like the player on offense hasn't been fully committing. Toxic trying to dodge the demo. This shot is the slowest shot I've ever seen. Joreuz, a chance to send it to OT. Toxic, what a save. Was Toxic wall dashing as well to make it back, but I think that save might have done it. It looked like Joreuz was going to force overtime. There's the GGs with 6 seconds. He's not going to try and get 2 kickoffs in these moments. Wow. Give me your beer coin. Your Ethereum, you mean. Toxic headed to the finals.